Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the VAR Room, where Americans talk soccer. This is episode 5, and I'm your co-host Idris, alongside me, June. How you doing today, June?
Good, Idris. How are you?
I'm doing all right. A huge thank you to our new subscribers, and if you haven't, please smash that subscribe button and also smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm. Also, another huge thank you for the feedback that we've been getting on these episodes, and we're continuing to work on these episodes to make them shorter as we go forward, as suggested. And in today's episode, we're going to discuss the Europa League final and the Champions League final.
Woo! Let's
So
get it.
let's start with the Europa League final, which was Friday against Sevilla and Inter Milano. What were your thoughts on that game?
Absolutely predicted for me. Sevilla coming as a five-time winner for this cup. I knew that this was going to happen, but Inter Milan with a lot of expensive players, this was going to be a tough one for Sevilla, but I knew at the end of the day, Sevilla was going to win. What about you, Idris?
I kind of hope that Inter will win, but again, Sevilla are Europa League merchants. I think they've won 4 out of the last 7.
Yep.
So again, Europa League merchants. But it was a good game. The first half was insane, back to back.
Ooh.
So yeah, we can get into some of the details here.
Yeah,
So
Inter Milan was a two-time Europa winner back in the 60s, and back then it was called European Champions Club. And then Sevilla is a 6-time winner. I think the last time they won was actually in the about 10 years ago. So yeah, this was a pretty great matchup. Sevilla definitely with more experience, but Inter Milan had a pretty strong performance as well.
yeah, of course, right. It started off really hot. So I have one call that I think kind of stood out was the Lukaku penalty. Controversial. Experts said Diego Carlos should have been sent off for that foul, as he was the last man behind, and Lukaku was on goal for a goal scoring chance. What were your thoughts? Do you think that should have been a red card?
Ooh, that's a great question. I don't think that should have been a red card because being too early in the game and that was definitely a goal stopping foul performed by Diego Carlos, but it wasn't as bad. It wasn't like a back tackle or anything. It was just a light shove, I think. So I think it's a yellow card, and I think the decision by ref was correct. What are your thoughts, Idris?
Yeah, I have to agree. I think if a red card comes out there, that kind of ends the game, in my opinion.
Right.
And a red card early on in any game is really harsh. And I don't think that was necessarily a red card. Again, he could have scored, he could have not, but there was a penalty. He still got the goal. So
Yeah,
that was,
let me tell you this, Idris. It's very hard to foul Lukaku based on how big he is. So it's really a red card foul on Lukaku seems like yellow card foul. So
yeah, I guess he's a really big guy, really strong also. So I see what you're saying. So
Diego Carlos
yeah,
is also a pretty big guy, and he just went in front of him, bodied him, and Diego just had to stop Lukaku with his hands. And yep, it happened.
yeah. But after that, Sevilla came into the game. The build up to that first goal was insane. They were so patient, worked the ball around, pass, out to the flank. Cross comes in, and Luke De Jong, he scores. I really don't know much about Luke De Jong, but he did show up in this big game. He scored twice.
Ooh, that was crazy by him. That was crazy. Let me ask you this, Idris. I have a question. Um, what did you think about Jesus Navas' performance, and what did you think about his assist for De Jong?
I think his performance was okay. I never knew he was converted to a fullback. So I just realized during that game that he was actually playing as a fullback because I've always seen him play as a winger when he was at Manchester City. He was so fast. He
Yeah,
was literally like lightning. But I think he had a decent game. He captained his side also. So really good game from him.
absolutely.
What did you think of Eva Biganega's performance?
Ooh, Ever Benega. So I was gonna say the reason why Sevilla could win this could have won this match was because of Jesus Navas and Ever Venegas' previous experience in Europa. They won Europa with Sevilla previously, and they're pretty old in this game. I think Venegas about 33 and Jesus is also around that. So they're very veteran players, and I could see that players are really trusting Jesus and Venegas as the leaders on the pitch, and I could see them communicate and trusting those the leaders. Obviously, Jesus. So I think just having that leader figure and kind of like a manager on the pitch really helped them out in terms of really solving the match, coming down from 1-0, 1-0. Yeah.
Yeah,
What did you think, Idris?
I'll have to agree. Yeah, they were kind of the leaders on the pitch. Had a really good game. I think Benega controlled the midfield. I think one thing I didn't understand from Conte was not starting Eriksen. I feel like
Oh yeah.
Lukaku and Lautaro Martinez were isolated because they tried to play on the counter attack,
Mm.
but they couldn't get through Sevilla's midfield. So I think Eriksen could have been the maestro there, pulling everything together. But he didn't come off the bench till the 78th minute. Do you think that was a mistake from the manager?
Yeah, I agree with the manager's decision to not put Eriksen as a starting lineup because he haven't had a lot of playing time. So, but I think the manager should have put him earlier on because 78th minute they were already down, I believe, 2-1, and it was too late for Eriksen to catch up and do something, make something from there. Yeah, what did you think, Idris?
Yeah, I think I would have started Eriksen personally because I know what he can bring to a game. But
Yeah.
if it was due to match fitness, I think I agree he should have come on earlier because when you're down chasing a goal, bringing on a player in the 78th minute doesn't really, there's not a lot of time he can really do.
Hmm.
He has like 12 minutes in stoppage time to change a very influential game, and it's a final. Yeah, but Ericsson got some the usual banter from the Arsenal fans, as an ex-Spurs fan, always bottling finals. So it's in his DNA.
Come
You
on, man.
cannot take the man. You cannot take the man out of the Tottenham out of the man.
If
So
Ericsson had
it's
more
okay.
time, Idris, they would have won the game. Trust me. Ericsson's a great player. We miss him very much at Spurs, and he definitely deserved more time on the pitch that night.
All right. So let's to close out a little bit soon.
Oh
Do you
wait,
think Lautaro Martinez?
Idris, let me ask you this: what did you think about the Lukaku's deflection goal?
Oh, that is really harsh. He had good intentions, but that is very harsh. I don't know. Like he didn't mean to, but it is what it is. I mean,
Yeah,
I can't say much there. Just unlucky, very unlucky, because that was going wide. If he knew it was going wide, he would have never touched it, and it's just unfortunate.
yeah.
What you think?
I think that was he kind of lost focus, the concentration, and he just went for it, and that caused the loss for the game. It was very unfortunate. I know he didn't mean it, but I think at that moment Lukaku kind of lost the focus there.
Yeah, I agree. Do you think Lautaro Martinez will go to Barcelona now? Now that Barcelona have a new coach and they're trying to get rid of Luis Suarez?
I think Lautaro Martinez will stay in Inter Milan. I think he still plays a very big role, and Barcelona already has a pretty strong lineup of players. And if unless he is given like a playing time guarantee in the club, I think he would stay in Inter Milan. What would you think,
Right.
Idris?
I think he might stay at Inter Milan. I think the new Barcelona coach is going to play Griezmann up top if Suarez does leave, and probably bring in a wide player or just play Dembele there if he can stay fit.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't see how he's guaranteed playing time if he
Right.
leaves. So I think he's going to stay at Inter.
Gotcha.
Does Conte get sacked as Inter manager? Do you think he should get sacked, or you think he had a good season?
I think he did pretty well in terms of being on the icebox whole time. Wait, no, this is the wrong manager. Sorry. Conte. No, I think he did a great job in terms of Inter Milan being in the final for the first time in like 50 years, 60 years. So although this was a loss, but this was a uh, huge victory for, I mean, huge achievement for Inter Milan. And if they can continue this to the next season, I think they're going to have a great season as well next season. What do you think?
Yeah. I think he needs just some more time to get used to it. He's a decent enough coach to win trophies. We saw it at Chelsea, changed his formation, won them the title. So he's okay for them. I don't see who they can necessarily get right now or who's in the market if they were to change a coach. So I think he stays.
Yeah. I mean, he performed really great in the Serie A as well. They were only down by 1 point from Juventus from winning the league title. So I think he did a really great job this season, and I think he's going to continue this momentum next season.
All right, yeah. And just to end out there, just a huge respect from Sevilla to pay tribute to their ex-player, Jose Reyes, who passed away. And I think that was a great gesture. Rest in peace. I think that was a great gesture from them. And kudos to them. And congratulations on winning the Europa League.
Congratulations, Sevilla. Do you think they're going to make it to the finals next season?
I think they're Europa League entrants, so you never know. But they're going to be in the Champions League. I think if they do drop down, they're huge contenders for the Europa League next year. But I think they have to do it on the biggest stage, which is the Champions League. I think they should strive for that.
Gotcha. How does this work? So if you drop, just for the viewers, how does the dropping from Champions League make you into the Europa League? How does that work?
So the Europa League has the regular group stages, just like the Champions League. So after the group stage in the Champions League, all the teams that finish third drop into the Europa League knockout stage. So the round of 32, I assume.
Gotcha.
So they don't play the group stage of Europa. They just drop into the round of 32, then they go on from there.
So they already have a guaranteed spot on the Europa if they don't make it.
They have to be third. So if they're third in their Champions League group, they're guaranteed a spot in Europa.
Gotcha. So if they're fourth, they're just out.
Yeah, they're out of the competition.
Gotcha. Thank you, Idris.
No problem. All right. And let's go to the main topic today, which is the Champions League final. The Maestro! The Champions League final.
We got to be careful with the copyrights here. We're purposely not hitting the notes, guys, just because of that.
Yeah, we're great musicians.
Yeah, we're actually great singers. Yeah.
All right. So let's see. Road to the final. PSG. They had to get through RB Leipzig. What did you think about that?
Ooh, PSG versus Leipzig. Wow. I really wanted Leipzig to win because they were underdogs, but PSG obviously having a stronger squad, and Leipzig kind of seemed clueless in the attacking area. So PSG with the easy win, and Leipzig, hopefully they come stronger next season. What did you think, Idris?
Yeah, I think it just came down to the brilliance of players there. Di Maria was unplayable that game. He did really good. So I think it just came down to like the better squads on paper and on the field that day. And Leipzig were unfortunate, but great achievement for them. Again, this team started out, they were created like 12 years ago, and to reach a Champions League semifinal is a huge achievement.
And Leipzig was coming from Atletico Madrid's win, and they were coming from victory against Atletico Madrid 2-1, and Paris was coming from Atalanta winner from 2-1 as well. So they were both on a roll. So I thought the match was going to be pretty competitive, but it was actually very one-sided. So I was pretty disappointed. But huge achievement for the club, just like you said, being created 12 years ago, and we can only look forward to them.
Yeah. Then let's see, Bayern Munich versus Lyon. Again, just the bigger team won. Like, what did you think?
Oh yeah, easy dub for Bayern. I think Lyon did great, just like other clubs, just making it to their round. But Bayern just powerhouse, man, doing so well in the league, and they I think they haven't lost 12 games so far, 12 games until this point. So they know how to win. They're in the winning mindset. So easy win for Bayern, I thought, and they achieved that. What did you think, Idris?
I think Lyon had their chances, and they should have taken their chances. They could have easily been 2 goals up towards the beginning of the game. But that's the thing about Bayern. If you don't take your chances, they're going to punish you. And they did just that to Lyon. They punished them. So I got to say, if you miss your chances, you get punished. And they did get punished. And I think the challenge for Lyon now is trying to keep their best players. So I heard rumors that Depay might leave to Barcelona because the new Barcelona head coach wants him there.
Everyone's going to Barcelona.
Wall might leave. There are links within Juve, Arsenal, some other teams also.
Do you want him? Arsenal.
Oh, I want him. Dembele might leave, question mark. Probably Manchester United. So they have some things on their hands to keep their players. They have to give them incentive to keep them, you know. And these are pretty good players that pretty much carry them to the stage. But
sounds like a lot of money going back and forth.
Oh, it is a lot of money. If that's their business model, like, great for them. Like, just crank out players, sell them, make the money, just repeat. Like, some clubs, that's their business model. Right. Not sure if that's Lyon's business model or not, but I don't know. But
we'll see.
On to the main event. PSG 0, Bayern Munich 1. What were your thoughts on that game? Interesting final? Better than last year?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Better than last year. Oh, okay. I never thought about that. It was a great match, definitely. Both teams coming from 12 games winning streak, PSG and Bayern both. And PSG really started strong, but they missed a lot of very important chances. And to me, it seemed like Bayern players wanted more. They were taking more risks, and they were using more their physical abilities more, just putting pressure on PSG players, and they are just grinding it out. And I couldn't see too much chances creating for Mbappe and Neymar. Those two are the only hopes, pretty much, for the PSG, but I couldn't really see them on the pitch tonight, which was very disappointing. And I think the crucial point where PSG could have equalized the game was when Neymar gave a perfect cross to Choupo-Moting, and I think he should have made that one into the net. But overall, great game. Both teams very strong. But I thought last episode I expected Bayern was going to win, and they did win. But I thought this was going to be a very high-scoring game, but it ended up just 1-0 for Bayern. So pretty surprised. What did you think, Idris?
Yeah, I have to agree. PSG came out starting with riots. First 15 minutes, they had Bayern on the ropes. I was getting nervous for them. I was like, ooh, Bayern should really be down 2-0 right now. Di Maria had a really good chance.
Oh, yeah.
Put it over the bar. Manuel Neuer came up with some great saves to keep his team into the game.
Yeah.
Oh my days. Now I see why he's still the German number one.
Yeah, I see it too. Yeah, it's crazy. Did you see his save against Neymar?
Yeah, save against Neymar, save against Marquinhos. He kept his team in the game, and Bayern do what they do best. If you don't take your chances, you get punished because they don't miss a lot. Like even
Yep.
though Bayern didn't create a lot of chances, I don't think they created as much chances as they usually do. But when
Hmm.
they do, it's always deadly, and you saw it. Per, inch perfect cross from Joshua Kimmich to
Oh
Kingsley
yeah.
Coleman. Inch perfect. There's nothing you can do about that. All he
Oh.
had to do was direct it bang into the back of the net. And that brings me to Coleman. What did you think of his performance today?
Oh, Kingsley Coman. Let me just give you a brief overview about this player. Kingsley Coman, 2014 League One champion, 2015 Serie A champion, 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020 Bundesliga champion, and 2020 now with the UCL winner. Man, all he does is win. So great performance by him today, and great goal putting the goal right into the right corner. Also, yeah, perfect cross. I think 80% of this goal was done by Kimmich, but 20% just being ready for this perfect shot. Also, great job by Coleman, Kingsley Coman. To be honest, I didn't know too much about Kingsley Coman until now, but now I know why he's a great player. And I was a little disappointed when he got subbed out for Coutinho. What did you think about his performance today, and what did you also think about his substitution?
Well, his performance, I've always known about Kingsley Coleman. I've always seen him play when he was at Juve.
Mm.
Great player. You want to know the crazy thing about him?
Wow.
He's won 20 trophies at the age of 24. He is still 24 years of age. 20 trophies. Insane. But today he was unplayable. He terrorized the PSG right back. He had him on ice.
Is he going
Had
to
him on.
retire next year?
I think he should retire. After a game like that, he should retire. They didn't even let Alfonso Davis even get a bite at him. That was only Coleman. Imagine if Alfonso Davis had a bite at their right back. He would have
Mm.
been, he would have retired. He would have said, I'm done. But like, incredible performance from him. He did everything. He
Oh, yeah.
was pushing, defending, getting stuck in, taking challenges. Whew. Great performance.
Beautiful.
That's a big game player.
Mm-hmm. What did you think about his substitution, though? On 70th minute, he was playing very well, but Coach Flick decided to substitute him out and Gnabry out for Perisic and Coutinho. Was it a
I
good
think
move?
now that they won, it seemed like okay move, but I personally wouldn't have I wouldn't have taken him off because
Right.
he was unplayable. He was
Oh,
doing
yeah.
really good. And I think I would have taken Gnabry off because I don't
Mm-hmm.
think this was his best game. And
Oh,
I
yeah.
think I would have put Perisic on that side, and maybe if I was to bring Coutinho on, maybe Thomas Muller, but that's
Mm.
kind of something you don't want to do because again, it's Thomas Muller. So yeah, but like that just shows you how great this Bayern team is. Like it's a headache. You have great players on the bench, you have them on the field. It's like a headache trying to bring players on.
Oh, yeah. And it also shows the amount of trust in this player the coach has, just making this substitution that very late stage of the game and just trusting them.
Yeah, it's insane. He's done a good job.
But I agree with you. I agree with you on Gnabry should come off, but Coleman should have stayed on. Definitely.
Yeah,
And
100%.
Mueller was so great on the pitch tonight. What did you think about his performance?
I think he was pretty good. He was everywhere. He was getting stuck in. He had the lion fight in him today. He wanted to win at all
Mm-hmm.
costs. I don't know if you saw it, but towards the end, PSG are about to go on a counter attack. Mbappe takes off sprinting. You know Mbappe is fast
Oh,
in
yeah.
his own box, and Muller is pulling him, trying to foul him, trying to take one for the team because he knows if they
Mm.
get in, they can be very dangerous. He didn't end up fouling him, but like that little bit of slowing down, the attack got nullified and he got a yellow card. But you could just see the fight. He was like, "I'm not losing this today."
Oh, yeah.
Not
Oh, yeah. I would say PSG players looked scared today after just getting that energy from Bayern that they're so willing to win.
Do you
Yeah,
know where
just
PSG, for me, do you know where PSG lost the game?
where.
They lost the game in the midfield battle. Thiago is world class.
Mm,
He ran that midfield. He ran. I think that's where PSG lost the battle because defensively PSG they're okay.
wow.
Offensively, they weren't getting a lot of chances because there was that gap between the defense and the attack, and the midfield was not strong enough. And Thiago, what a player!
Ooh,
I
he
can't
was
believe he
brilliant.
I can't believe they're letting him go. He might go to Liverpool, but I think they should keep him, honestly.
Yeah, I think they should keep him. I think it's still uncertain that if he's gonna go, but hopefully after this match, like he was, agree with you, he was so great on the pitch tonight, and I think Bayern definitely should keep him in the squad. But like you said, Bayern is stacked.
That's true. Like Boateng he went off due to an injury, unfortunate for him. But when you go off with an injury, they had backup. They had Nicolas Sula. They had Benjamin Pavard, World Cup winner. They had Lucas Hernandez. I think he was a World Cup winner also. Look at the options they have.
Oh my god,
It's just insane.
they could make like three great teams with this just one team,
Right.
like three Bundesliga winning teams. They could make that. That's
it's
crazy.
it's it's insane what they can do. What did you think of Neymar and Mbappe today? I think the big players didn't show up in the big game today. I think they were ghosts.
You're right. That's a great question. People have been talking about Neymar and Mbappe as, oh, they're so greedy, like they're thinking too much like by themselves. They're trying to do everything by themselves. But I think everything until this point, they learned how to play with team, and they really, I could see that they improved on their teamwork. But today, a little bit on Neymar, I felt he was more on the individualistic side. Um, Maybe it's because of the Bayern's pressure was too much for him to handle, but he seemed like he was holding the ball too much. There were a couple times that he just didn't pass and just cut the rhythm of the flow of the attacking. And Mbappe, on the other hand, also didn't didn't look like he was performing at his best. But him and Neymar also did create chances, but at the end of the day, they couldn't put it back on the net. So it was just a very disappointing performance by them today. I think they had a bad game today, but Bayern players, I think they wanted more, and the constant pressure by them was just too much to handle. What did you think, Idris?
Yeah, I have to agree. Neymar kind of too individualistic. He wanted to do it all. And I
Yeah.
think with a team like Bayern that presses you when you're on the ball, you take one, two touches out your feet. And I think
Mm,
Neymar didn't do that today. He took way
yeah.
too many touches, and before you know it, he had three players around him. And Neymar is great. He's a great skiller, but when you have three players around you, that's just difficult.
Yeah. Three Bayern
So
players around you trying to
yeah,
get you. Man, good luck with
that's
that.
that's really difficult. Yeah, so like I think the counterattack that they started with in the first 30 minutes of the first half was working. They just needed that chance that they took and scored. And I think they kind of switched it up. I also think that Thomas Tuchel got it
Sure.
wrong playing Neymar up top
Mm,
as opposed to the left side where he's more prominent. I think Mbappe would have shined as the central player and put Neymar on the left because to be honest, Kimmich is a great defender, but Neymar against Kimmich, I see Neymar winning that one-on-one every day. And
definitely.
I don't think Mbappe did great justice against Kimmich. He had him on toast a few times, but didn't really do much. And I think Neymar on that side would have done a lot better.
Yeah.
So I think this is a learning experience for them. I don't think they have really a lot of experienced players that have been to like big game finals
Hmm.
as opposed to Bayern players who have like they have the experience. Their captain has won the Champions League. He's won the World Cup.
Oh yeah.
Thomas Muller, same thing. So you have big game players in their team, and I think the lack of experience from PSG showed today. So kudos to them for reaching the final, but
Yeah.
they
This
got a
is
lot of work to do.
this is their first final. ever in
Champions
Champions
League
League.
final? Yeah.
Yeah. And previous years, they always been around in quarterfinals, and this is a great achievement for them, I believe. So what's next for PSG? Do you think they're gonna is this a victory for them, or is this like a downfall, do you think?
I think it's a stepping stone for them. I think they need to look back and restructure their team because if you look at the PSG team, decent starting 11, but if you look at the bench, who do they really have? They had
Mm,
Verratti on the bench. Maybe Cardi gets a shout, but like who else can you bring on? Probably
right.
Draxler, but like who else gets a really big shout compared to the Bayern bench? Like
Oh yeah.
you have Perisic, you have Coutinho, you have big players there. So I think it's a stepping stone for them in the right direction, and to build a team around Mbappe and Neymar now.
Hmm.
I think that's what they need to focus on. And with Thiago Silva leaving, probably going to Chelsea, they need to fill his void because I think he was really good today. He
Yeah.
showed his leadership today in the defensive line. Just unfortunate to lose, but like they're losing him, and I think he's their leader. So they need to fix that. And they have a decent coach in Thomas Tuchel. So I
Hmm.
don't see this as a loss for them. I
Yeah.
mean, obviously it was a loss for them, but like I think it's just a stepping stone for them to get onto the big stage.
Yeah. I agree with you. This is their first finals in Champions League, and I think with more restructuring and buying more players for next season and building around Neymar and Mbappe, I think they're going to be stronger next season. Idris, I wanted to ask you this: what did you think about the referee's performance tonight?
I would say he had probably a 6 out of 10 performance. I don't think he was really good today. He kind of dished out a lot of yellow cards, a lot of soft fouls also.
What about
So I don't think
penalties? The at the end of the first half, Coleman cutting into the penalty box, he gets shoved down, and referee doesn't call that. Do you think that should have been a penalty?
I don't know. I think it should have. If in other leagues that would have been a penalty, but also there was a chance that Mbappe had.
Yep.
At first glance, you think Kimmich gets the ball, but once you watch the replay, he actually
Yep.
kicks Mbappe's feet. So that probably would have been a penalty also.
That's a penalty.
So
Yep. I think.
yes. So if you haven't watched our episode on VAR, go check it out. I think it's episode 2, and we kind of discuss these things. We won't get into it. We have our thoughts on VAR. So if you want to hear more, just go watch that video. It's on our channel. But yeah, I think he was not great today, but I think he managed it a little well when the players started getting heated. I think he did that much. So kudos to him. That's why I gave him a 6.
Mm. I agree with you. He was doing a lot of calls that were kind of pretty controversial, and I think that the first two fouls for Coleman and Mbappe, they both should have been penalty. And if that happened, the game would have been completely different. Who knows, right? And I think he was missing out a lot on the possible fouls. And I could see the players' tensions are going up. But in terms of flow and the rhythm of the game, I think he did a great job just keeping the game continuously moving. But I was surprised to see him not using VAR at all in finals. Did he use
Yeah,
it today?
I don't think so. I don't think he used it. So that's pretty shocking.
Yeah, it was pretty unexpected. But
Maybe he's
overall,
just an old school ref.
I think that's it. I think that's it. It's gotta be.
Yeah. But again, let us know in the comments below what you think about the game. And this episode is pretty short. Any closing remarks, June?
Yeah, thank you guys for watching. We're always here for you. Me and Idris working very hard to make these episodes happen. So please feel free to leave any comments below. What are your thoughts on the Champions League? What were your predictions? And leave comments below on who do you think is going to win the Champions League next season. Back to you, Idris.
Yeah. So thank you again for sticking with us and watching our episodes. Also, the feedback's been awesome. And we do this for you guys. So Thank you for tuning in, and don't forget to smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm. And see you guys next week. And we're out.
Thank you guys. See you later. We out.
Enchanté.